Hello, this is Bo Green, and I'd like to spend a few minutes with you speaking about STEM education at Right to Dream. First and foremost, a sincere appreciation to Tulo for their 3-year commitment and partnership with us on STEM educational excellence, and specifically to Charles Darku, the CEO of Tulo Ghana, for his vision and leadership in making it happen. I very much look forward to meeting him. On me personally in STEM, I come from a family of engineers that seems to be in our genes, and my undergraduate degree is in mechanical engineering, and I've now spent about half my working career in corporate engineering and operations and about half now in education. And so I got firsthand understanding of the technical competencies that one gains from a STEM education going into the real world, solving real world problems, because fundamentally one of the things that we get out of STEM education is the ability to systems think, big picture think, look for variables, look for complexity, to be able to distill that complexity through asking questions and asking the right questions and getting at designing appropriate solutions strategies that will in fact make sustainable differences. So those are some of the things that we get out of STEM education, and I was able to really see that firsthand in my operations career. And then going into education, it was very natural for me to integrate those experiences and to be able to bring them into learning engagements for my students, and now in educational leadership, to be able to design systems that will further enable students to go off into college and into the real world in the 21st century, where admittedly problems are increasingly complex. And so I have a great passion for that. That is what I've done with most of my life, is to apply that kind of thinking first in the real world setting, and then now through helping prepare students for that. So those are very meaningful to me. From a tools standpoint, resources standpoint, I want to touch on Lego and Lego education. We now have the Lego Education Innovation Studio at Right to Dream, and it's being further empowered as I speak over this summer, and Lego's been a big part of that. I had the good fortune to be at Right to Dream in March, and I got to see some of the neat, rich learning engagements that are being done with the EV3 robotic systems there, and I expect to see that continue to broaden in cross-disciplinary learning engagements at the Academy. The STEM education component, Lego is a perfect vehicle for enriching and making learning engagements that much more meaningful and real as part of the STEM education. Also wanted to touch briefly on Lego from a personal perspective. Back in 1998, we took our boys to Legoland in Denmark. And I have to share that prior to that time, more than half of our toy room was filled with Lego products. And so it was natural for us to take the boys over there. We had a phenomenal trip. Well, the Mindstorms Pavilion, if I recall correctly, was new at that time. We got to go in there and see some of the neat systems that were being brought to bear with Mindstorms back then. And of course now through third generation EV3s, it's just incredible what's been done. And the sky's the limit on what can be done from an educational perspective with those kinds of resources. So I'm really excited about the Lego partnership and what it means to Right to Dream. Next, student-centeredness. Everything we do, I'm a really big believer in always keeping the screen of decisions and looking at the mission relative to student-centeredness. And I was really pleased to hear recently, and this year again, we have a number of students who have matriculated to very competitive and fine schools in the US and the UK. These are admission systems that are very challenging to succeed in, and it speaks to the good things that are going on at Right to Dream, and the trajectory through these partnerships that we now have going is going to continue to step up. And I'm really bullish on the future for Right to Dream and for our graduates and for our students leaving us and going off into the real world. It's really a great time. Going into the fall, Robin Bourne-Taylor, of course, has assembled this new team for these partnerships and for STEM education, and I'm really excited about being part of that team. And we've got some great players and a real focus and understand what our legacy objectives are, specifically with Tulo. And it's a really exciting time to be part of this organization. And I just would like to close with again expressing sincere thanks to our partners, and I'm really excited about joining this team going into the future. Thank you very much.